Hi everyone, it's Ashley, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel. So happy weekend. I'm here to share my what I've been warming and an update on my candle project. So I don't have a basket this week. We're in the process of moving, if you were not aware. So I just have everything stacked right up. I'm still melting for now, probably maybe for like another week-ish, and then I'll probably start packing up my warmers. So I'm almost done with the Bring Back My Bars, so that's a lot of what we're going to talk about today. Let's just dive on into it. So I'm going to go from like oldest to what I most recently warmed, so I hopefully can remember what I did, but I'm pretty sure last weekend I did beach, and this one is interesting. On cold, it smells very, I don't even know if like artificial is the word. It's so intense. And I thought this was gonna be like kiwi. I swear kiwi is in the nose, but now maybe I'm second guessing myself. I know there's papaya, I'm pretty sure. I was just expecting it to be kind of like a fruity, beachy scent, but it's kind of like sour fruity maybe. And like, it's just very strange. But people were like, give it a chance, it's better on warm. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put it in the warmer. I feel like I have a decent candle I could do with it that would maybe pair well. So I put it in the warmer. When it started kind of to melt, just like barely started pulling out, I was like, okay, this isn't bad. Like I can kind of see it's maybe sweetening up a little bit. I think that's my point, is just like, it's not sweet enough for what I want it to be. After maybe like 2-ish hours, 3-ish hours, as it kind of like really started to pull and throw, I like could not stand it. It was so, I don't know if like citrus forward is what it feels like, but it's not the sweet, beachy, like coconut fruity scent that I am after. And so I think that's what I was expecting, and that never ever happened. And it really just started to turn me off. I had to turn the warmers off. I was just like, I cannot do this scent. I don't know what it is. It almost, I want to say like Gone Bad sunscreen with Gone Bad fruit. Like it just gives me something so weird, like artificial hairspray, like something that was meant to smell like something else. And people love this, so I don't know if I'm just picking up different notes out of it. I know Patricia, I believe it was Patricia, mentioned something about papaya, how sometimes to different noses it can just not work out. Maybe that's what's happening to me, but it was just a no. I have 2 cubes left and don't know what I'm going to do with these. Maybe I'll try them at the new house, see what happens. Unfortunately, the move will be after Bring Back My Bar is no longer around. So a lot of these, I'm like, if they work out at the new house, but I don't put them in my club, like I'm kind of SOL. So I'm trying to decide what I want backups of. And I don't know that I can make that one work. Even if it's phenomenal at the new place, I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like I had such a bad experience with it. Okay, then I popped in a Southern Sweet Tea. I was expecting this one to be like super fruity and sweet. Okay, I have gem hair all over my chin. This happens every time I pick her up. Why? This one is like, I guess you could say it has a tea type vibe, but it has orange in it or some kind of citrus, and I really do get the orange, at least on cold. And it's very like sweet tea for sure. Warming, I feel like they really all just blended together. I couldn't like pick out like orange, tea, sweet. It was just kind of like a generally sweet, fruity type of blend. And I felt like it was a little bit subdued. I don't know now that our air is running more if scents are kind of just being diluted or what's happening, but I feel like certain scents haven't been as strong as I recall. And I even put like a more powerful warmer out. I have my Diamond Mel, which is an element, which I love, but then I put out the pressed tin warmer, which I feel like is a pretty strong, powerful warmer, just to kind of amplify and help supplement the other warmer. And I still feel like not everything is a hit necessarily. So I don't know if it has to do with the air or where I've them placed, etc. Not entirely positive. But yeah, this one I felt like it was just generally sweet, nice. I don't remember thinking like, I love this so much, or I have to get more of this to put in my club. It was just like, yeah, okay, I enjoy this. Maybe I'll pick up another bar of it. I have 2 cubes left once again. I'll see if maybe Corey wants to warm this in his office since there's only 2 cubes left. But yeah, not like instant club or anything like that, but it wasn't bad. I was actually pleasantly surprised when I saw this come out, and people talk about it all the time. I was like, I don't feel like that's gonna be good. Like, who wants to smell tea? But it was more like a sweet iced tea with oranges. It's not like bitter hot tea with like, you know, chamomile, something like that. Okay, churro. I could not resist one day, and I was like, okay, I've had enough. I need to warm churro. I did 4 cubes in the open concept. I was nervous to do this in the open concept because I feel like people say this does not perform. And shocking, considering the other 2, I was like, the beach was really strong, but I think because I didn't like it, the Southern Sweet Tea was not quite as strong. So I was nervous about this one, but I did it anyway. I'm so happy to report, I feel like it performed in my open concept. It wasn't like walk in, I smell donuts, but it was like I walked around and I was in the open concept, and I would just get these like subtle whiffs and be like, I love this scent. Like, and I'm sure I'm biased because I already feel like I've been waiting so long for this to come back. So maybe it's just all in my head, but I felt like I walked around and could get whiffs of it. Was it every breath I was taking in everywhere in the open concept? No. Also, I feel like if this was like a super 10 out of 10 powerhouse, it might be a lot to digest because it's a very like fried dough-esque type scent. I'm obsessed. I feel like it's a lot doughier, like greasy dough smelling in the clam. I felt like while it was going, I was just getting that like cinnamon sugar sweetness, like the outside of a churro. I thought it did really well. So I am pumped about this one. This one is definitely going in the club for sure. Like, that's a non-negotiable for me. Okay, next we did Watermelon Patch because it was a super hot day. I was feeling the fruity vibes. And then Corey also did this in his office. So I only have 2 cubes left. When I tell you guys, this is so strong. I can smell it through the clam. Like, I've had this in the past and I don't remember it being this intense. I had the 4 cubes going in the open concept and I had to turn the warmers off. It was like choking me out. So I let it go a second day. I've been trying to change my wax more frequently just to like test things, get through things. I have so many bars. So I've been trying to do some of that. And this, I let go 2 days just to like let it dilute itself a little bit. It was so freaking strong, you guys. It was crazy. Like, I can literally, doing this, waving it around, I can smell it outside of the clam. He worked from home a day this week, Corey did, and I came upstairs after I got home from work into my office here, and I came and I was like, what are you warming? Like, I could tell it was not his typical all blacks, his whiteout, his things like that. Remind me, I gotta talk about whiteout next. It wasn't like those type of things, and I was just like, what the heck? I walked over, he had pink wax in his warmer. It had been turned off already. Like, he had shut it off. He was about to leave. So I was like, what are you warming? Clearly it's off. You clearly have pink wax in your warmer. And so he was like, Watermelon Patch. And I had it in my like melting basket pile, and he was like, and you were trying to hide it from me. What the heck? And I was like, oh my gosh, no, that is not what the situation is. But he'll definitely be able to have these last 2 cubes. He probably could have got away with only doing 1 cube because it's just so strong. Yeah, it's just literally like watermelon Jolly Ranchers, watermelon sucker, like anything artificial fruity candy watermelon. It smells exactly like this. Personally, I prefer Moana more, I think, because this is just a little bit like too overpowering and too sweet for me. I don't know if I talked about whiteout last week, and mentioning it just now made me think of it. I personally haven't done whiteout yet. I need to test it. Corey has the bar in his office. He is like hoarding that bar, if you will. So he loves it. I have no idea. Like, he didn't give me scent feedback or anything. I know when we did our first sniffs, he's like, you smell exactly like Orbit gum. And I did agree with that statement. Like, on cold, it really did smell like that. But if this is any indication, we already know Corey loves mint scent, but never once has this ever happened where I haven't initiated the conversation, Corey actually came to me and was like, would you put whiteout in your club? And I was like, of course, like if you want me to put something in, like absolutely. But I typically am the person who's like, hey, we're running out of time. Like, do you like this? Do you not? What do you want to do with it, etc. This is the first time ever he like totally out of the blue was like, hey, will you put this in your club for me? And I was like, absolutely, of course I will. So if that goes to show you anything, he's a really big fan of it. And I was like, hey, I need to test it still. So maybe one of these hot days I'll do it in the open concept or something. Not sure. I feel like mint is more like winter to me, or bedroom. Maybe I could do it in the bedroom, just like a calming minty. I like it for like soothing headaches, kind of just like calming down. But in the open concept, I feel like it's wintry for some reason. I don't know why. So whiteout, if you guys haven't checked that one out, Corey is of course a big fan. Okay, next I did, and this one I just did last night, Love and Kisses Minnie. This bar, I feel like has so much potential, but I just cannot smell it. It's like fruity, maybe like peachy or apricot or something like that, and like musks of some sort. But I put it in, and all night long I was just like, I don't feel like I can really smell this. Like it just was not doing much. And I don't know if it just wasn't traveling out of the area it was warming in. Excuse me. But I want to like this bar so much, but I feel like it's not performing in the way I want it to. This is definitely one I think I'm going to pick up more bars of, because I do love the scent of it and I want it to do something for me, but I don't know if it's enough in its performance that I could justify like swapping something out of my club. I'm gonna do a club edit soon, but as I've mentioned, I'm nervous about us going to the new house and being after the Bring Back My Bar cutoff. So I'm thinking I might pick some of my favorites. I know for sure some I'm gonna swap regardless. Like I'm gonna add Happy Birthday and Churro Churro and swap some bars for those. Gonna do the whiteout for Corey. I have a couple others that I'm like questioning on my list. But then I have some like this and like White Sands maybe, and some that I'm just not sure about, that I don't know if I'm just gonna like pop in my other club that's not processing just to like hold on to just in case, like, and then redecide after I get to the new house and like can remelt things and things like that, which I don't want to necessarily do, but I do feel like that is the benefit of club, is being able to do that. And I feel like that kind of goes against my like new rules I've set up for myself, but also I feel like if I know I'm gonna remove and make cuts in the end, it's probably okay. But I feel like that is kind of the whole benefit of club, is being able to like park things and then redecide on them later. So that is what I might do. I have a club that processes like July 4th, so like right as we're moving, and I obviously don't want to pop things in that club because then they'll of course come to me, but I'm thinking maybe my other club that doesn't come until like August, that'll give me some more room to like try things out. So let me know what you guys think, because since like these that I'm like really into, I'm like, will they be different somewhere else? And I don't want to lose out on them just because I was trying to be strict about cutting things when I really do have some flexibility in that. So anyway, if you've picked this one up, guys, please let me know what you think of it, because I really want to love it. It kind of reminds me of apricot vanilla with like a muskiness, and I'm like totally obsessed with it, but it's just like not performing the way I want it to perform. Also though, I've only tried it in the open concept. I might want to try that one in the bedroom. And then speaking of the bedroom, I warmed a non-Bring Back My Bar because I have a whole melting basket of things I need to start working through that are like looking like this, because I've been testing all these things. Threw in some more Pacific Sandalwood. I know. Are you proud of me? I have 4 cubes left of this specific bar. You guys, I'm just obsessed with this scent, as you all know. But I only have a couple bars of it left, but I do feel like I have on here 11 of 20. This is not correct. This bar is a little bit newer than that, but it is still obviously old packaging, so it is older. And I do feel like these are starting to maybe not be the same quality they once were. So I'm like committed to putting this continually in my melting basket. I know this is a scent I want to hoard, and I have one bar I think I will just hold on to forever, if like until I can get more of it and put it in my club or whatever the case would be. I think I just have one bar for nostalgic purposes that I won't melt, but I do have a couple others that I could go through, and so I'm going to try to start to put those in my melting baskets. So that is everything for the what I've been warming. If you're only here for that, thank you so much for watching, but I do want to quickly talk about my candle project that I have going on. I have some candles that I made a video on that I'm trying to finish before we actually move, and so I just have been giving updates in these videos here weekly. So I have 6 candles left, and the first one, that Target Cedar and Magnolia candle, is actually in the crock, so really only 5 I'm actively working on, so let's chat about those. The first one is the Bath & Body Works Cotton Candy Champagne, and this one I burned 4 times this week. I feel like this is moving along nicely. It's probably right above the halfway point, if you can see that there, but depending how long that Cedar Magnolia lasts in the crock, this one will probably be the next one up in the crock. I love this one because I feel like it's strawberry pound cake and like a fruity champagne bubbly type vibe combined. It's amazing. And I don't know if I said this, but I burned this 4 times this week. I've been trying to be really good about marking that down. I've been using the Tally app and I've really been enjoying it. Okay, next we have the Bath & Body Works Kiwi Passion Fruit, and I burned this one twice this week, and this one is doing, it's having some struggles pulling out over here, as you can see, but I don't know if you can tell, it really has those thin wicks with the white tips on the end. These are kind of some bad wicks and tend to dead out, so this one is probably like 2 in line to be crocked, but at some point it's definitely gonna have to end its life there. But I love this scent. 2 times this week I burned, like I said. Okay, and the rest I just burned once this week, but happy to at least have worked on them. I have Orange Pineapple Punch. This one does not have those skinny wicks. This one has been burning totally fine. And then I worked on my Homeworks Coconut and Shortbread. This one I feel like is actually like a decent amount down. This is like, I worked on it a little bit last year and now I pulled it back out, and I feel like I actually have some decent progress already going into this candle. It's not maybe halfway, but it's probably pretty close to halfway. So I love that one. I'm glad to be working on it, and I just love the packaging as well. And then I'm happy to report I've worked on my first Goose Creek candle ever. I'm very excited. This is the Sugared Lemonade in winter candy apple packaging because this candle came broke to me. So I took this out of the broken packaging, put it in this candle jar, and I will say on its first burn, it did kind of like seep down the sides and fill itself in, so it's like very secured in here now. It was pretty secured before, but now it's like definitely locked in here, and I'm happy to report that this actually burned really well and I really enjoyed it. I was nervous, like I'm gonna light this up, there's gonna be like the old Goose Creek, it would like puff out smoke, like it was so bad. This, I'm happy to report, did really well. So obviously as I keep burning it, I will be back to update. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good because I only have 5 candles I'm actively working on left. I was getting a little bit nervous there for a minute, but this making me feel pretty good, like I can finish these by the end of the month. So that's everything I have. I'll be back next weekend to update another round of what I've been warming and the update for my project. Thank you guys so much for watching. Looking forward to your feedback in the comments if you've warmed some of these scents, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.